In this tutorial, I'd like to show you some tools that are built into Microsoft Teams that you could use or point your learners to help them with their learning, particularly for learners who may have a visual difficulties or maybe difficulties reading the text. So the first thing I'm going to do is that I find the text quite small in Teams, so I can very easily, using the Control key and the plus key on my keyboard, so that's Control key and plus, is that I can zoom into Teams. So just click on here, so with Control and plus I can zoom in, and you can see it's telling me the zoom, so that makes things much clearer for me to see. And to zoom out I can use the Control and minus key to zoom out, so Control and minus key to zoom out, Control and plus to zoom in, and Control and minus. Or if I hold the Control key down on the keyboard and I have a mouse with a scroll button, I can use the scroll key to zoom in. That makes, again, things much easier to see. There's an option, let's just take that down to 100. There's an option just up here on my profile picture. If I click on my profile picture and go to settings, I can choose a different format, so a different colour contrast. So maybe if your pupil has a visual difficulty, you can choose a different colour contrast for that. So dark, let's see what dark looks like. It darkens the actual page. And then if I go back again to my settings and default, there's also options to change it into grid and list as well. And just actually while I was in there, you could see there's the options there just to tell you zoom plus to go back and forward. So it's quite useful to see those. And there's some keyboard shortcuts just down there as well that will come in handy. Okay, so the other thing that might be quite useful is if the teacher has posted some information and it might be a struggle to read it, for example. If I go to the post and go up to the right hand side, just where the post is, and to more options, and then I can move down to Immersive Reader. So that's just to more options, Immersive Reader. And now I can have that information read aloud to me.
Mill Craig at Friday, the 5th of February 2021, 8:48. All about summer. The weather is hot and...
And of course you have the access to the usual tools in Immersive Reader, where you can change all the spacing, the font size, font colour, and even just use the bar or use the picture dictionary as well to get extra support. So really good tools that are just there are built in as well. Equally, if I go to files and I might have a document in there I can use, there's one here. I can use the same options in there, so from there we go to View, Immersive Reader, and back in Immersive Reader, and again we have access to all those tools. So those are some really good built-in features to get you going. I'm just going to come out of that now, and I'm going to go to the chat pane again. And from there I'm going to go back to the posts that we've had. And see, the teacher's obviously sent the learner a message, and maybe the learner wants to reply but has difficulties writing text. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click into that box, or I might even start a new conversation. And if I click on the A, this pops out the text box, so it just makes things a bit easier. So from there, for example, I might be able to change the font size as well. So that's quite a handy one to use, maybe make that large. If I have difficulties writing, what I can do is if I press Windows and H on the keyboard, so that's Windows and H on the keyboard, okay, that brings up the dictate tool, and you can see straight away I'm just dictating straight into the text box. So let's just click that off again, and let's just try something that might be relevant. So let's get rid of that. And the subject will be today's class, so subject, today's class. Okay, and I want to go, just press enter to go down to the next one. Let's find enter. Okay, and I've posted that, and I'll now just add another message. I am having difficulties finding the Word file. Can you please send it to me by email? Thank you. And I'll switch that off. And again, once I've posted that, what we can then do is each of those ones we can then go back and we can use the Immersive Reader just to proofread the work that we've done. So in here again, back into there, Immersive Reader, and there it is there. So really just nice tools. You can use the speech recognition button that's just there, that's just Control and H, and you can use Immersive Reader, and of course there's those short keyboard shortcuts, and you can zoom in and out as well just to set it up as you need it. And finally, another option that might come in handy is the show text suggestions as I type. So to find that, I need to go down to the Windows search box, and I just type in show text suggestions as I type, and there it appears. So if I click onto text, show text suggestions, I scroll down until I see hardware keyboard, and I want to turn it on. So now when I turn it on, if I start a new conversation, and let's pop it out again, as I type, you can see that our word predictions are appearing. So let's just, you see, so I can just click onto that, space, and they also does next word prediction as well. So that's the word I'm wanting as appear. So I could just click on it, or I could just use the arrow keys on the keyboard to find the one. So I'm just using up and left and right arrow keys, and then the space bar to pop that in. So it's a really handy, great for any learners who maybe have spelling mistakes and need a bit extra support for their writing. So that's show text suggestions as I type, and it will work not just in Microsoft Teams, but in Word and other text editing applications.